Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. We sit in an open field representing the largest stone circle in Ireland. And before we begin, within this channel, we wish to include a meditation from an Irish woman.
Aligning with reality is a circular movement. Infinity is a circular movement. Moving with the flow of nature moves to its own beat, to its own drumming, to its own sounds. Following nature is a circular movement upon a circular movement upon a circular movement.
Now you notice I included the meditation within the channel, for it's a channel within the channel. And you've heard the one called Jane give the meditations before this in the past. And the next time you hear it, in the next channel, I want you to realize that this is a form of channeling as well. One who was born here, connected with the land here, and knows things my partner does not know. I want to talk about life. I'll talk about it slightly different than I have before. This channel will hook to the next one in a way that will be self-evident when we get there. The next one is scheduled to be by the sea. So we shall see. Life, dear ones, is not necessarily recognized for what it is. In this modern day, humanity has continued to separate themselves from anything else. The earth, to them, is a resource. We say it's a parent, an actual parent. They even look upon the animals and all living things as a resource then to create a life for them. And this is a common theme of Kryon, saying that the ancients understood the affiliation, the unity, and that the modern human doesn't necessarily see it that way. And civilization, as you know it today, does not see it that way. I wish to refresh this by talking about life. Dear ones, life started on this planet, and it started here as something extremely common. Planet after planet in this galaxy has this take place. If the elements are correct, the temperatures are there, and the mixture is proper, you will have life. Period. Now this is controversial because there are those who are spiritual who say, well, the spark of life is something that was created specifically by God. Your definition of God will help you to understand what I'm telling you. That the Creator created the planet which helped then create life. Now, up to a few decades ago, this was very controversial, and now it is being seen as accurate by many scientists. There was a time, not too long ago, when the common thought on this planet was that you were alone. that somehow life occurred here and nowhere else. And then among billions and billions of stars and planets, this was the only one that had life. In the last few decades, even scientists now are expecting life everywhere. We have said to you that the galaxy is teeming with life. We even told you you were the new ones, late, and that there's a great deal of ancient life in other planets and other solar systems like yours everywhere. I'd like to tell you how this works, just so you know. And the evidence is scientific. They now understand when you get the mixture of chemistry correct and add a little electricity, you get life. You get the aminos correct and the acids correct and the electricity correct, and you get life. And it happens naturally with the elements all over the galaxy. It is common. It is expected. Those who've studied the planet and life on this planet see that it had 5 life starts and 4 life terminations of basic biology. It wasn't until life produced that thing you call photosynthesis that it could stain itself. 4 other times it appeared and died off before it could sustain itself. Would this not indicate that life is naturally occurring with the elements? Indeed it is. And so the question is, who are you? And how did you get created? Indeed, it came from God, and it came through Gaia. It came properly through the elements, the beginnings of life. And the life that you have right now, as humans that are now modern, with high consciousness, defined as a consciousness that can examine itself intellectually, you humans are sustained by the trees, by the bushes, by the grass. It's still there. You see, life was never separate from Gaia, ever. You are literally part of the dirt, part of the chemistry, part of the plants. You came from here, all of you. And what are you going to do with that knowledge? I'm going to give you a hint where we're going to go with this. Every disease known by man can be eliminated through Gaia, through consciousness. You are designed to self-balance. And humanity has lost that knowledge that in the ground you will find all of the remedies for everything. The things that are killing so many humans right now are all about unbalance. And some of it is consciousness, some of it is chemistry. And even the indigenous knew this, for they found ways of killing themselves through unbalance as well. Humans do this, but then they return to the planet, and there's some basic herbal remedies that, when mixed correctly, can create longer life and health. My partner was reminded of this in a very isolated place, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, called Rapa Nui. Some of you have called it Easter Island. And there the shamans would tell that in that isolated area that knew nothing about anything except themselves and their island, within the crater of an extinct volcano, they had a garden. And that garden sustained them, and the average life of the Rapa Nui people was 120 years. They had found the secret of health, and they were growing it right on their own soil. We encourage those to find this again. And again, we'll tell you that Ireland is ripe for these discoveries, not just for botany. Medicines of all kinds can come from here, and they will be imbued with a life that no other place on the planet can grow, just like Rapa Nui. There is so much here to know about yourself, about the healing. Astronomers are expecting to find life everywhere now because they know of the chemistry of how it occurred here. They expect to find it where there is water, the temperature is correct, where there's electricity, and there is everywhere. They even expect to find it even in your own solar system. They're looking for that, which is microbial, and they're correct. Natural occurring it is, came right from here, right from the dirt of the earth, dear ones. It is later that you got imbued with that which you call the soul. That was stage 2 of creating the human being as you see it now. So life came from Gaia, and the soul was put in later when you needed it. And now you have both things. You have the soul and the biology, and they work together. But don't forget where life actually came from. We will continue the channel in a moment. And so it is.
Give yourself a way to align with the earth on a daily basis. Find different ways and keep it simple. Find the earth, the clay, the dirt, whatever it's called, and even run it through your fingers, and allow the beings that live in the earth to help your health. And if your health is well, everything is well. Everything comes easier. If the body and the mind and the spirit are all aligned, everything you want, everything you desire, everything you need comes easier. The happiness comes easier, the joy comes easier, the flow comes easier. And that is where the ease is, and the plenty is.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. If you could see us now, we are on the grass, a bluff that is overlooking the ocean. Again, there is the sense of it being overwhelmed by the beauty of the elements, being out in them. And as Jane has already said, it's the alignment with the elements that bring the peace to the individual. And I wish to continue the channel which we called life. And I wish to review this. The earth is your parent, your biological parent. You have come directly from the dirt, and all things that evolved through the ages have brought you who you are. The cellular structure that you have, that you are so fond of, came from the dirt. Millions of years to produce that which is now the vessel that you live in. At some point in time, when it was correct, and not that long ago, humanity received the spark of spirit. And so now you carry around actually 2 parts. The biological part from the dirt of the earth, the spiritual part from the stars. And they are meant to go together. Even the spiritual part comes from the Creator who created that which is the parent part, the dirt part. And so the alignment that we ask for is one which is consciousness with the dirt, if you want to say so. A partnership, dear ones, that not only will give you peace, it gives you health. It really does. I want this to be a little healing time, as we've had before, with some awarenesses, if you're ready. Dear ones, the diseases that you carry with you, no matter what you call them, whatever you label them, is imbalance. It's not something necessarily you catch from one human to another. It's something that catches itself through imbalance. As cancer races across the planet, and so many of you have friends or yourselves, this is imbalance. And you might say, well, wait a minute. We know that animals get cancer too. Dear ones, if there is imbalance, they will catch it too. They catch it through imbalance. It's almost like there are essences that look for imbalance and that attach themselves to imbalance. And you wouldn't be too far wrong. No matter what it is, dear ones, inside that is not in balance, what you call it, it comes from one of two areas, either consciousness unbalance or chemistry unbalance. And both, dear ones, are solvable. Both are solvable. Sometimes the animals have it from what humans feed them. Sometimes it's what accidentally they get because human interference is feeding them. But it's unbalance. There are other kinds of unbalance as well, and you may not call them disease, but they're called fear and worry. Lack of self-worth, perhaps. I think one of the biggest diseases of all time right now on this planet is lack of self-worth. It really is a disease, you know. Because that is not the natural state of the human. The human being is designed to last for a very long time, and you are not achieving that at all. And you will, as you mature in this new energy, and the lack of balance starts to be identified. As those who would cure your diseases start to turn to that which is both mind and the parent, that is the earth cure, that stands ready, so ready. Dear ones, the earth feeds you literally, and it also gives you that which will heal you. Long life should be a guarantee with a human being who is in balance. All around you, so many are perishing because of a human being's invention, if you want to call that, of imbalance. You carry with you the seeds of knowledge, old soul, that if you can then help yourselves right now, that is what literally goes into the wisdom of the Akash, so that next time around, your body will remember what you do now. Here's the question. What have you brought to this circle today? For the listener, for the human who is here, what do you bring here? Is it completely and totally in balance? Are there things that still irritate you, that you're afraid of, that get in the way of an abundant, happy, and cheerful, benevolent life? And the answer is obviously, so many of you have some issues. It comes with modern living. It comes with the boxes that you've been told to be in with, both psychologically and spiritually, chemically. Even those who live in the cities have to go out of their way to find something that is good for them to eat. We told you a long time ago that your consciousness can change a great deal. Did you know that your consciousness can actually rearrange molecular structure? Were you aware of how powerful you are? Did you know that when you sit down in front of a meal, the whole idea of bowing your head or putting your hands over the food or saying that which is a blessing on the food is an actual ritual based upon your ability to rearrange the molecular structure of the food so that there is nothing within it that could harm you, so that it would not create imbalance. Do you believe this? If you think that is perhaps some kind of a made-up situation, there'll come a day when your science will show it through experiments of the things that they can do. Blessed food as opposed to non-blessed food. It's coming. But right now I tell you that you, even those who are in the cities, have control over what goes into your body. You have control over how you think and what happens next, based upon what you're saying to your body. All of these things start to create a balance which you don't have. What did you bring with you right now? What did you bring with you that you'd like to leave here at the seaside? Something that you can leave and pick up and never turn back. How do you feel about yourself? Do you walk around perhaps feeling you're less than the person next to you? What are the secrets that you carry, known only by you and God? Imbalances that don't suit your magnificence at all. Old souls, you are the ones who are here listening. And that's your choice. Are you serious about it? Serious enough perhaps to even have your own stone circle of your own making that you could put yourself in and say, this is the place that is sacred to me. And I hereby leave all of the things that are not part of me. Here by the elements, by the ocean. Let them remediate them. I am done with all of them. So that as you pick yourself up and you go about your business, you're lighter and you start to feel that. You've left the diseases, the allergies, the lack of self-worth, anything that you believe is in balance with yourself. Anything. You can leave it here. I am telling you that healing is yours. And it really can be with your intent, with your ability, with your cognizing this truth, believing this truth. All the cells of your body are agreeing right now, all of them. If you could hear the chorus that's saying, yes, 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 yes. It's a tool, not of the new age. It's a tool of the age. It's here and should always have been here. But it's only now that it can start being used openly and freely. And that which you call your medicine on the planet and your science is going to start to see it. They're going to start to understand. Before every surgery, the human being should have a meeting with those who are going to operate upon them, an agreement, a meditation, even a song perhaps. Can you imagine such a thing? The answer is yes. And there will be those in medical institutions that understand it, and they will see their cure rates soar, because people will expect to be healed as they go in and they come out. There will be so many who will never hit an institution like that, never go to an institution like that in their lives, because they understand balance, because their mothers and fathers taught them that the parent is the dirt. And as they start aligning with all that is in the elements, that these things will be clear in them, and they will start to live very long lives. Mothers and fathers listening to this, are you aware of what you can tell your children right now that they'll carry forever? That what they think is what will happen. And that they are high creators. And if they listen to those around them who tell them they're going to catch this or get this, or they need this medicine for this, and if they buy into that system, they will not have a grand life. That instead they carry the torch of life themselves, that says, I am that I am, and that I will be, and I am in control of my biology. I have God inside, I have the earth for my parent. What better could I have? So those who are on the lawn with me, I say, you can leave differently than you came. You can leave it here. This is the place for it, dear ones. Of all the places we have been, we come to that which is so open with the planet, where the energy is so ripe to listen, and communication is ready. It would be a good time. I speak these things in truth. I'll speak of them again and again and again. This is your lineage, your legacy, your privilege. Why not take it? Don't let some belief you had in the past get in the way of such a grand divine truth that is far higher than anything humans have ever considered. And here it is, ready for all of you. It's a grand time on this planet right now. Take a moment and listen to these elements, the ocean, the birds, as they agree with everything that's been said. It's your time. And so it is.
Alignment with the water systems is alignment with yourself. Alignment with the soil in the earth is alignment with yourself. Alignment with Father Sky is alignment with yourself. Seek your own alignment from your awareness of the natural elements and the universal system that operates for each planet, each solar system. And all you need is the awareness that these systems are there and that they're all aligned and that we're aligned with them. And this is the message of well-being. It's the awareness that brings about the alignment, that brings about the well-being, that brings about the flourishing. And that is operating in the natural systems, in the natural way of things. And being grounded facilitates this. This is the being in your own body, down to your feet, so that the energy goes down into the earth as well as from the connection from your crown chakra upwards. And it takes a few minutes from time to time during the day just to allow your awareness back to this, so that you're constantly aware, and that becomes your default awareness in life and throughout your day, moment to moment, that you can just check in with your alignment. And by checking in with your own alignment, you're checking in with the earth and the water and the elementals. And if that's the agreement you make with yourself, that's what will happen.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. The group sits here at St. Bridget's Well. It's a popular attraction because of what has happened here, because of the emphasis, truly, on comfort, on healing. In the ancient past, in the current, and in the future, people will come here to drop their sorrow, to marginalize their grief, to wish, to pray, and to be healed. I ask you, if these things didn't happen, people would not continue coming. So that you might say there is indeed results here. And that's what I want to talk about. If I could label this channel, it would be alignments that you don't know about. That there's more than you think. There are places like this all over the planet, dear ones. There are very famous places and less well-known places, where people will come and you will see results of the healing. You will see crutches that are lined up, that have been left there, but people who walked away differently than they came. And it has a reputation, and then others will come and they will say, yes, I did this, and I felt this, and yes, it helped, and others saw miracles. It's not just here. And so you must ask yourself, what is it that creates such a situation of benevolence and healing and beauty and ease of spirit? Those who will come and form a shrine here of those that they've missed or that they passed away. And they would ask that their grief would be reduced, and it is. Others would come here just to be healed, and they are. And then others will hear about it, and then it grows and grows, and then pretty soon it's a tradition. Sometimes it even becomes mythology. And I ask you yet again, what is it? Is it the building? Is it the stones that are here that many are leaning against and sitting on? Is it the saint whose statue is before you now? And I will tell you, it is none of those. What it boils down to, the bottom line, is belief. The belief of the human being is so incredibly important that when you actually believe something is going to happen, your cells feel it, they hear it, and the miracle begins. Others hear about it and will come and say, if I come to this place, I will be healed. I will have my grief taken away. This is a good place for remembrance of the one that I lost. And I will go there and it will help. And it does. The stronger the belief that these things are here, the more results will be obtained. And it has nothing to do with the rocks, or even the statue, or even the name, St. Bridget. For all over this planet there are places like this, dear ones, that human beings will circle and come to and leave differently and be healed, never understanding, never knowing, never truly seeing that it is the alignment with the truth that is creating all of this, and not the building. It's the belief. Dear ones, it is responsible for spontaneous remission. It is responsible for so many things that happen in buildings and stone circles and shrines like this. And the human beings keep coming. I'm here to tell you that this is the power of God inside. And when the humans surround it with objects, it helps. When they would see a human, perhaps, a saint, perhaps, a monk, a priest, a pastor, a shaman, who represents these things, it helps because it's their focus. Sometimes it's a prophet. But whatever it is, it cements the belief, and the human does it themselves. The next step, obvious, do it without the shrine. Do it without the building or the statue. This is what humanity is starting to discover. What is inside and how your alignment goes with the planet, with the elements, with God. That is where you should leave your crutches. Leave them at the door of your doubt. Leave them at that entrance where you have lack of self-worth. This is a healing place. It really is. So many have been healed right now. If there is anyone even listening to this or here would like to be healed in this moment of something that they have or brought into this planet with them, it's a good time right now to know that you can do it all by yourself with God inside. It's yours. It's here. It's now. What a beautiful, stellar, miraculous message this can be to those who have never heard it before. This is the channeling of the day. This is the reason why you're here. St. Bridget's well. And so it is.